start today with an amazing grassroots effort to help turn around one part of a Detroit neighborhood.
This is just awesome. It's the Wiggle Recreation Center that has been abandoned for years in Detroit. In fact, it's been at least a decade since the city has ever even used this recreation center.
And now we've got some good news this morning. There is something new happening that really was a problem area before. Photographer Alex Atwell shows us what's coming here that's uniquely for Detroit.
We're at the Wiggle Recreation Center in beautiful Detroit, Michigan. Breathing new life into a park that really hasn't seen a whole lot over the last 10 years. The wonderful people at the Parks and Recreation believed in us and thought that, they trusted us to do something great, so we are not going to let them down. We are in the process of turning this place into a DIY skate park. I think the last time the city visited this park was 2005.
This was the old Wiggle Recreation Center.
Wiggle is supposed to be the recreational focus of the neighborhood.
Over time, like a lot of things have happened, it shut down and it kind of went down and was kind of unkept.
And it was in pretty poor shape when we got here. There was, trash all over, throughout the process. We've been picking up dirty needles and, all sorts of, stuff that shouldn't be within 100 feet of where kids are doing recess.
No, it's definitely not a good place for kids. It was not safe, it was dirty.
There's two schools on both sides of the street.
We don't know what kind of activities may have been occurring here, but it didn't look like the place I would want to drop one of my children to play or send them to play. I'm just excited that that's changing.
All the kids from both of these schools see us out here every day building and skateboarding. They laugh at us when we fall and we just get back up, we laugh with them. We got to keep it pushing, we got to stay positive, we don't let anything bring us down.
What does that mean to know that now between these two schools, instead of a problem, there could be something that could be a positive thing?
Absolutely. We're so excited about it. With building his skate park, is bringing in a new activity.
And if you come out and you want to be a skateboarder, you're going to have support to do it because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of open land to skate.
We got one of the best skate scenes in the country right here in Detroit, and people are finally starting to take note.
It's pretty awesome because all these guys, they're from the city and they really care about the community. It's called community push, and we're just trying to push the community to do something better. Healthy kickflip.
I'm doing this because I live in the neighborhood. I love skateboarding. I want to give as much back to skateboarding in my neighborhood.
There's not really anywhere to skateboard like in the city. There's no Detroit skate park, so this is going to be the first skate park really in the city. It's pretty awesome, honestly. I'm really happy that these guys are doing this. Kind of want to shed a tear.
The volunteer participation so far has been beautiful. Everyone's made sure I wasn't out here working by myself.
Skateboarding can be so positive for people.
We're encouraging people to come out and skate. If there's someone here working, lend them a hand. If not, skate and enjoy yourself.
Woo! I don't want to be around people that do drugs or steal or just do anything negative. I just like to be around the skateboarding community because everybody here is just tight.
And so now through the neighborhood, you're seeing kids walking around with skateboards who had never considered it. And so it's kind of expanding everybody's horizons, and it's going to be a great relationship and rapport between our two schools.
Skateboarding is a great alternative to, street life.
This is going to be a light on this corner. This area is going to really shine. But it's going to shine because of the love and the community energy that's going to be happening here.
These ramps are awesome. I'm happy we got this in Detroit.
We're able to be diverse and share our diversities and come together, and really everybody's learning from everyone else. We have what I call that cross-pollination going on. And so I'm very excited about what's happening here.
It's been a pleasure so far, and as far as I'm concerned, we're just beginning.
Joining us now live in studio, I know, Derek Dykes and Jonathan Wynne. We really appreciate you guys for being here.
Thank you for having
Congratulations.
us. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, where does it stand in terms of I mean, is it complete, or are you still?
Oh, no, it'll never be complete.
It never will.
Oh, it is a skate park. You have to constantly re-innovate it, or?
Well, no, we have the room to, we're 30 days in. We have the room to really do something special.
It just seemed on that video that you've already done so much.
Yes, there's been a lot of hard work gone into it now.
We'll talk about Community Push. This is an organization that you started. Is this the only type of thing that you do, or?
This is the first project. There's a whole lot I'd like to get into with time, but this is almost more than I can handle right now. But
good for you.
And let's talk about the school side of this, because you opened up your school literally the first week that they started construction on this. And in that area, I mean, there was drugs and prostitution, and you got a bunch of high schoolers, and you don't really feel comfortable sending them outside, and things changed around.
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to, come to the community and give something to the community first before we started asking. And so with our school's themes around social justice and community partnerships and being the future for Detroit education, we wanted to create an education center. So we partnered Delta Preparatory Academy, Schools for Future Detroit, Experiencia, Detroit Police, AmeriCorps. We all came together and said, let's clean this place and do something. Instead of talking about it, let's get involved. And that's how I met Derek and Community Push, and it just was a perfect marriage of ideals.
It's great. Now, Derek, talk to us. I know you said Red Bull helped to fund just about all of this, and then your relationship with Parks and Recreation went very well to pull this off as well.
It wasn't my relationship with Parks and Recreation, it was Red Bull's. She had approached us about doing this project. Rula David, works for Red Bull, and they gave us a little bit of money to build some stuff over the Brewster projects a few years ago. Because that's kind of been the spot that everyone's been skating at for a while, building and just doing the thing. But she wanted to do it legitimately. She wanted us to adopt the land and really get a park and transfer it into something better. So we spent about 10 months working with Parks and Recreation, just trying to figure out like the perfect spot and what works for everybody. And the moment I went and checked out Weigel, it was perfect.
So this is it.
Oh yeah, and it's 3 blocks from my house, so I can't complain too much.
Is there anything else you guys need? I mean, that the community can help out with?
I'll be there later today, picking up, painting, and.
You said there's a cleanup event this weekend,
yeah,
Jonathan?
this Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
Is the community cleanup part from 9 to 11.
And then from noon till dark,
You're just going to keep going.
We're blowing it out. We're having a huge party up there.
Really?
Yes.
Outstanding. So tell everyone how we find you. Where is this park?
It's 801 Selden's the address, but it's on the Lodge, Service Drive, and Martin Luther King.
Okay, that's easy to find.
Easy to find.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Appreciate
Thank
what
you
you're
so
doing.
much.
Great meeting
Thank you for having us.